Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
New this morning, we've got storms moving toward Atlanta now, so if you have a flight, check on that. I'll show you how that line of storms progresses for your Thanksgiving Day travels coming up.
Holiday travel rush. The roads are quiet right now, but they're going to get a lot busier later. What you need to know ahead of a likely record-breaking week on the roads.
And honoring a beloved professor. The fiance of an NC State professor is remembering her after she was hit and killed by a car. How he is keeping her legacy alive. Good morning, everyone. It is 6 o'clock on your Tuesday morning of Thanksgiving week. We're glad you're here. We're here to get you ready for the holiday. I'm Renee Chu.
I'm Chris Levingood. Whether you're traveling for Thanksgiving or maybe you're going to go out and do some Black Friday shopping, don't worry. Meteorologist Chris Michaels has a look at what you can expect. But we're going to start with conditions right now, town by town.
Yeah, starting out nice and calm now, Chris. Temperatures in Durham and in Cary at 46, Garner and Goldsboro at 43, Roxborough up to 45 degrees. Some kids still having to head to school in the days leading up to Thanksgiving. You'll need the jacket out the door this morning. Heading into the afternoon, though, temperatures in the low 70s, and it's the warmth that's building in ahead of our next weather maker. Here's Futurecast 6 p.m. Not much to worry about. That line of storms I showed you in the beginning of the newscast will weaken as it moves into the Carolinas, but I can't rule out a few stray showers this evening. Your better chance of rain, maybe even some claps of thunder, that's going to come overnight and linger at times into the morning commute Wednesday before pushing out of the area by midday Wednesday. Following that, temperatures drop by nearly 50 degrees. I'll show you when that happens coming up. Ken?
Hey, Chris, a rather quiet start to the morning commute. Traffic is beginning to pick up just a bit. As we look live at I-40 and Harrison Avenue. Those are the eastbound lanes coming toward us this morning into the Raleigh-Wake County area. And really, that's indicative of what we're seeing on all of our major routes. We've got a couple of crashes. This one on Edwards Mill at Wade Avenue. We're not seeing any delays in that particular area. This one just happened in the last 30 seconds. I'll keep an eye on that, let you know that's going to continue to affect your morning commute. But as you can see, all our major routes delay-free right now. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thank you. Power is back on in Chapel Hill after a crash that hurt 4 people. The crash happened just before 10 last night on Weaver Dairy Road Extension. That's near Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. This is video from the WRAL breaking news tracker around 2:30 this morning. The people who were hurt are expected to be okay. They're still investigating the cause of the crash. Duke Energy's website shows that the power was restored right before 6 a.m.
You know, the roads are only going to get busier as this week progresses. AAA is predicting a record-breaking Thanksgiving weekend for travel. Let's bring in Kelsey Coffey. She's live on I-40 in Wake County. Kelsey, there will be some much-needed relief at gas stations this year.
Yes, Chris, there will. Today marks the official start of the Thanksgiving holiday travel season. You can look at these cars now on I-40, and you're going to expect to see a whole lot more over these next few days. AAA estimates that more than 2 million North Carolinians will hit the road this week. Check out the best and worst travel times. The worst time to travel today is between noon and 9 o'clock. The worst time to travel tomorrow is from 11 to 8. And if you're headed back home on Friday, you should avoid driving between 1 and 7. The best time to travel all 3 days is in the morning. The sooner you hit the road, the better. Tiffany Wright with AAA says you'll be paying less at the pump this year.
Those that are traveling by vehicle will have cheaper gas prices. We're looking at saving anywhere between 5 to 10 cents per gallon versus this time last year. So I guess you could say Christmas comes early at the pump.
And coming up in the next half hour, we'll explain why Thanksgiving Day may be the best travel day of the week. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Wake County.
And so here's a look at what you can expect if you are going to be driving for Thanksgiving this holiday. Some of the prices this morning across our state, according to AAA, the price for a gallon of gas is around $2.82. In Greensboro, $2.79. In Charlotte, gas costs $2.81 a gallon on average. And even though gas prices in the state are lower, drivers want to see prices drop even more.
I'm a little upset because I'm a broke college student, so I'm living by every dollar I have right now, and it's kind of expensive, and I don't have a lot of money to get back over the bridge when I get home, so it's kind of hard out here with the prices.
Yeah, it's a tough choice for some people. Last year, the gas price average was roughly $2.85.
Happening today, the Wake County School Board will be hearing from potential candidates for their open seat. The seat was vacated earlier this year after a longtime member resigned. WRAL's Ali Calabar is live at Wake School's headquarters in Cary. And Ali, the board is expected to decide pretty soon after they wrap up with interviews.
Yeah, Renee, they plan to pick the next board member today. That means that one of the 17 candidates walking in those doors will be representing Apex and parts of Holly Springs. Now, this is a rapidly growing district. State data shows that there was an 18% population increase in Apex and Holly Springs. It's where 3 out of the 4 new schools opened up this year. That means District 8 now represents 25 schools. So today, the Board of Educators will be interviewing candidates for this district. The seat opened up back in August when board member Lindsay Mahaffey resigned. And the new board member will be a part of many decisions, including setting the district's $2.2 billion operating budget. Interviews are set to begin at 8 a.m. WRAL will be following this. Reporting live in Cary, Ali Calabar, WRAL News.
An NC State professor's fiance is keeping her legacy alive after she was killed this month. He says she's raising money for a scholarship. He's raising money for a scholarship in her name. Natalia Duque Wilkins was walking home on November 1st when she was hit and killed by a car. That crash happened on Clark Avenue, just 2 blocks from NC State's campus. Her fiance, Trevor Huffman, rushed to the hospital just in time to say goodbye.
I think Natalia, and our families are just trying to figure out what the heck happened. How does this happen? And we're just trying to heal.
You can hear the heartbreak in his voice. Police say 19-year-old Jack Etheridge was the driver in the crash. He's facing 2 charges, including misdemeanor death by motor vehicle. We have a link to Huffman's fundraiser on our website, WRAL.com.
U.S. and Russian leaders are in Abu Dhabi talking about a possible peace plan for Ukraine. U.S. Army Secretary Dan Driscoll met with Russian delegation officials yesterday. This comes after U.S. and Ukrainian leaders negotiated the framework. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says the latest proposal has what he calls proper considerations. The hope is for these discussions to lead to higher-level peace talks. And while peace talks are underway, Russian strikes in Ukraine are ongoing. This morning, at least 6 people are dead after Russian strikes in Russia. Air missiles struck in Ukraine. Video shows the damage after Russia launched overnight strikes in Kyiv. They targeted residential buildings and civilian infrastructure. Russia says Ukraine launched an attack as well, killing 3 people and hurting 10.
In Harnett County, we have an update about a boy who fell from the back of his grandfather's truck as it was moving. The sheriff's office says the 4-year-old was holding on to the back of the truck for about a mile before falling. The sheriff says the grandfather did not know the boy was there. The boy fell on Harnett Central Road and he suffered significant injuries, but he is expected to be okay. The sheriff's office has no plans to file charges in this case.
A Durham firefighter is in custody, accused of attacking his wife and setting their home on fire. Investigators tell WRAL his wife, 7-year-old child, and mother-in-law were inside the home when this happened. Billy Smith is in jail on a $200,000 bond. The Durham Fire Department says they are aware of the serious charges against Smith, but they have not said whether he will be placed on leave.
Happening today, Urban Ministries of Wake County is teaming up with the Carolina Hurricanes to give away turkeys ahead of Thanksgiving. The turkeys and other non-perishable foods will be given out today from 2 to 4 or until supplies runs out. This is happening at the Urban Ministries location on Capitol Boulevard. Meanwhile, volunteers at St. Augustine's University, they're going to be giving out Thanksgiving meals today. The Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina are putting on this event, and that will be at the school's pop-up market from 10 a.m. until noon.
People in Raleigh will gather to remember legendary professional wrestling announcer and former WRAL weatherman Bob Caudle. Caudle's funeral will be this afternoon at Hayes Barton Baptist Church in Raleigh. He died a little over a week ago. He was born in Charlotte and was the weatherman at WRAL in the 1960s. Caudle was also the voice of NWA Atlantic Coast Wrestling for years. He was 95 years old.
In Cumberland County, NCDOT is set to reveal upgrades to I-295. There will be a ribbon-cutting ceremony today for the final stretch of that 39-mile loop. Teams have been working on that loop for years, and the final stretch will connect Camden and Rayford roads. After the ceremony, the road will be open for the public to use.
A tough loss for the Carolina Panthers on Monday Night Football. Carolina was on the road against the San Francisco 49ers on ESPN. The Panther defense kept the game close in the first half with 3 interceptions, but the offense struggled. Former Panthers running back Christian McCaffrey put up more than 140 total yards to help the 49ers win 20-9. The Panthers return home this Sunday. They will play the LA Rams. NBA action on NBC tonight. The Orlando Magic head to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. This matchup is part of the group stage in the NBA Cup in-season tournament. Tip-off is scheduled for 8 p.m. You can watch it right here on WRAL.
Good time is 6:10 this morning. Seller crackdown. The North Carolina Attorney General is calling on Shopify to ban the sale of illegal items. The letter to the company and why that move is set to help protect children.
And misconduct investigation. The Department of Defense looking into Senator Mark Kelly's behavior. Why he says he will not be intimidated.
And we're starting out with Thanksgiving Day travel today. It'll put the caution light late today into early tomorrow, but a cold front brings improving weather and a huge drop in temperatures. I'm going to time that out step by step for your holiday weekend plans next.
And we do have your winning Powerball numbers right here on your screen. 8, 16, 26, 30, 58, Powerball's 14, and the multipliers 2.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
Coming up on 6:14, hey, if your travels take you toward Atlanta or areas just west of that, be checking on the flight status throughout the day today as they're outlooked for the potential for some severe weather. That same system moves through here, but it doesn't bring severe thunderstorms. In fact, just a stray shower this afternoon and a better chance of rain overnight into tomorrow morning. That's really what you see here on the lower left-hand side of your screen. Now, in terms of tomorrow's travels on I-40, if you head toward Wilmington, there's still the chance for some showers, but heading west toward Asheville and Knoxville, really nice weather. Meanwhile, on I-95, chance for showers extends up toward the tri-state area, toward New York City. Meanwhile, if you're heading to Florida, that looks pretty nice, Ken. Temperatures in the low 80s ahead of Thanksgiving there.
Yeah, we were headed there last Thanksgiving. So those of you getting ready to head out to the car and maybe you're getting ready for an early start to your road trip for Thanksgiving, I-40 Aviation Parkway, this is indicative of what we're seeing on all of our major routes heading out of town right now in the Raleigh-Wade County area. But if you're getting ready for an early morning flight, here's what we're doing. We're checking all the routes into RDU International up and down the board. All those major routes are delay-free at this hour. You're getting ready to head into the car, though. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center, some positive news to share with you. Civil rights leader Jesse Jackson has been released from the hospital. He is back at home. He was released yesterday after his stay there. He was receiving care to manage his blood pressure. He's 84 years old. Doctors also say that he was under observation for progressive supranuclear palsy. That's a neurological disorder that affects the body's movements. He is currently in stable condition. His family said during his time in the hospital, Jackson was eager to get back to work, calling for churches to prepare baskets of food for those in need during this holiday season.
Michelle, thanks. State Attorney General Jeff Jackson is joining more than 20 other states calling for Shopify to ban companies that sell illegal products through its site. This is happening because the company was accused of allowing vendors to sell e-cigarettes to children. 24 other attorneys general signed on to the letter. According to the State Attorney General's office, nearly 30 illegal sites are hosted on Shopify's server. The WRAL documentary team has investigated a dozen stores in Wake County. We wanted to see if they would sell vapes to young people. Watch Gen V Teen Vaping in North Carolina on WRAL.com. It's in the documentary section.
Senator Mark Kelly is defending himself after the Department of Defense said it was investigating him. And this is about what the department calls serious allegations of misconduct. Kelly appears in a video with other Democratic lawmakers. And in that video, they say U.S. service members have a duty to disobey illegal orders. Now, this led to a response from President Donald Trump accusing them of sedition. The Pentagon says Kelly could be recalled to active duty for a court-martial as a result of this investigation. He recently spoke with an NBC affiliate about that video.
The message we wanted to get out there was under the Uniform Code of Military Justice, a very simple message that members of the military do not have to follow illegal orders. In fact, they're required not to follow them.
Now, after learning about the Pentagon's investigation, Senator Kelly said he would not be intimidated and that he was, quote, given too much to this country to be silenced by bullies who care more about their own power than protecting the Constitution.
A teenager charged in a shooting at a Christmas tree lighting ceremony in Concord will stay in jail. Several other teenagers were shot during the event last Friday. Kevion Bostic is 17 years old and appeared in court yesterday. He is charged as an adult in the shooting. Bostic faces felony charges of rioting and accessory after the fact to assault. Police identified 18-year-old Nasir Bostic as one of the shooters. He is in the hospital in critical condition. He'll be served with a warrant should he be released. It's unclear how, if at all, Nasir is related to Kevion.
A Wake County family met with the first responders who saved their son. Wake County EMS and Holly Springs police and firefighters visited Brandon Russell. He was seriously injured in a crash in October, and they spent nearly an hour removing him from a crushed car that day. That same crash, it killed a 14-year-old on a bicycle. 16-year-old Ashton Ralphs was charged with the 14-year-old's death and injuring Russell. Ralphs is in jail without bond.
Communities in Texas are cleaning up today after a tornado touched down yesterday. This is dash camera video from the Houston area of the tornado forming. The National Weather Service confirmed a tornado did touch down. They have not said how strong it was. More than 100 homes were damaged. Entire neighborhoods were covered with debris. No serious injuries or deaths have been reported so far. The threat is not over. More severe thunderstorms are expected as the cold front moves through.
Well, you know, Renee, reasonably, people are going to see that video and wonder, well, is that what's headed here? I mean, on the map behind you here, Chris, you can see that system clearly pushing toward our direction.
Isn't that line of storms nasty, right?
Yeah.
It looks pretty rough. It is going to weaken, however, before it moves here. So the one thing I would do is check on your flight status if you're heading to Atlanta, because that Boeing shape right there is an indication of some strong winds that's heading toward the airport there. A few showers extending farther to the north toward the Cumberland Plateau, but again, this weakens before getting here this afternoon. So in the meantime, we warm up to about 72 with just isolated afternoon showers. Your best shot of rain is going to be overnight tonight toward the morning commute tomorrow. And even after that, near record warmth with a high of about 74. Watch what happens behind me, though, as we head toward Thanksgiving Day. Afternoon temperatures drop by about 20 to 25 degrees, and that drop continues into Black Friday with our high temperatures on Black Friday in the 40s. So a lot to keep track of, whether you're traveling to the mountains, the coast, or you're staying here at home. And we've got you covered every step of the way with the free WRAL weather app, so you can take us on the go with you. Meanwhile, check this. I love this view. At this time of morning, the Festival of Lights there at DBAP looks awesome, really setting the festive tone ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. It feels sort of festive, not really cold, but enough for a light jacket this morning, with Cary, Morrisville, and Raleigh at 46, Garner, Knightdale, and Rollsville at 44. Clayton, good morning. You're at 40 degrees. A nice calm day weather-wise, even though the grocery store is busy. We'll be in the mid to upper 60s by midday, and high temperatures today in the low 70s. So yes, we go from the 70s the next 2 days to then temperatures below freezing Friday and Saturday mornings. But again, it does kind of set a festive tone for the holiday season as we're nice and chilly heading throughout the weekend. Beyond Saturday, your next best shot of some showers late Sunday into next Monday. Ken?
All right, Chris, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We're staying on that northern loop of the Beltline. That's I-440 and Ridge Road. The westbound lanes moving away from us this morning and traffic flowing nicely in all directions. So as we widen out the loop for you, give you a look at the entire section of that 440 loop from I-87, 440 interchange all the way over to Wade Avenue, delay-free at this hour. Got a couple of incidents that first responders are monitoring right now. This one is on Knightdale Boulevard and Old Mill Bernie Road. We're not seeing any delays in that area, but just watch for some police activities. Knightdale Boulevard is part of your morning commute, but very little to no delays heading into the Raleigh-Wake County area at this hour.
Ken, thank you. Ooh, look at the sky right now. Stunning. Holiday blues. Some local businesses are being pushed out at the fairgrounds and Crabtree Valley Mall right before Christmas. 5 on Your Side reveals why they're being displaced and how you can help.
Plus, frugal finds. A new survey shows Americans are looking to save on shopping this season. How economic concerns are pushing people to spend a bit less. With just days to go until Black Friday, a new survey shows Americans are trying to be more frugal during this year's shopping season. The survey from Deloitte shows that shoppers plan to spend about 4% less on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And this is because of the high cost of living and concerns about the economy. That's a change from the last 4 years when, during that time, people said they planned to spend more money than the previous year. The survey also shows both consumers who don't earn a lot and those who do are feeling the effects of inflation.
Prepare to spend more on shipping next year. The United States Postal Service says it is raising its rates next year. Here's a look at those increases for Priority Mail Express, Ground Advantage, and Parcel Select. Each of those options will cost you a bit more next year. The price increases are set to take effect on January 18th, so after the holiday season.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
Rock and roll is headed to the Triangle, and Simon Cowell's search for the next big star.
All right, we have Ken Smith to talk all about it here on What's Trending.
Yeah, so let's rock on with Guns N' Roses to perform in Raleigh next summer. The concert is happening at Carter Fitness Stadium on Thursday, July 23rd. This is the only scheduled stop, by the way, in North Carolina for the band's world tour.
So Guns N' Roses taking Paradise City to the capital city. Yeah, tickets go on sale Friday, December 5th to the public.
They're still rocking at their age. Hey, Simon Cowell is trending this morning. He is looking for the next popular boy band. Netflix releasing the trailer for the docuseries Simon Cowell, The Next Act. It will be 6 episodes and will follow Cowell's mission to construct the next supergroup.
You may recall the most famous boy band created by him, One Direction.
Oh, yeah?
Sound familiar? From back in 2010? People still listening to them, but obviously a lot of people are going to watch that wondering, ooh, why be the next big boy band?
A couple of stars came out of One Direction, too.
Yeah, very true.
much so.
Excellent.
Thanks, Ken. Holiday travel. Let's give you a live look at RDU this morning ahead of a busy week. What you need to know before you make your flight today.
Plus, finding the best fit. The Wake County School Board is interviewing candidates for its open position. We'll talk about the timeline on filling that seat.
And a strong cold front between now and Thanksgiving brings us a chance for some rain, some gusty wind, and a big cool down. I'll show you when temperatures drop by nearly 50 degrees coming up in the next half hour of news.